that picture?
I haven't seen. I don't look at your stuff and nobody's stuff. So I haven't seen
Captain is
what
one old
what
guy
somebody
gets
said.
another.
They saw it and thought it was funny, but I haven't. I did. To be truthful, no. Any questions?
Worried about this weather?
No, we're good. We'll practice and we'll leave and we'll get down there, and our fans are going to be there. They were in Dallas, believe me, so they will be there. And it's, you know, the issue will be getting out of there, not getting down there. So we're practicing, we're leaving, we'll be down there and ready to play. We're prepared. Practice yesterday, had a great practice. These guys, on a day after a game, came out and gave us a great hour and 35 minutes, really. So we're getting to where, like, every day you can try to get better because we're not fighting it. Dwayne says, you know, he doesn't hear me yelling every 12 seconds, play, play. I don't yell that anymore because they're now, you know, so. But they were good yesterday.
Julie said they're finally starting to enjoy the grind a little bit more. Do you see that?
I think they all are, you know, and, you know, we have to enjoy it. I enjoy it. I mean, that's, you know, the game's getting in the way of me having fun, you know, just seeing guys get better. And, you know, I go back to what we do. When you see an Alex who took stock in where he was and didn't like it and changed, and then you see him now smiling at practice, we're showing him tape where he had jump shots and didn't shoot them in front of his team. He's running from jump shots right now. And so he laughed, and then we end up practice. Andrew drives in the middle, jump stops, throws him a ball, he shoots a three and makes it. Boom, practice over, let's go. And it's not that I want him to take 16 jump shots, but he's got to keep the other team honest, and he's a good shooter. So, you know, you take 2 or 3 jumpers a game, 4, sometimes maybe more because of how they're playing you. So that's what we're getting from this. Aaron listened to how we wanted him to play. Andrew is getting better, even though we still have lapses. Willie showed what happens with 2 days of practice, going back to, you know, what he was doing. And we're now trying to get James Young to jump stop in the lane. Still not doing it, but, you know, stopping him and saying that's where you have your opportunity to do it. So we're slowly but surely we're getting better.
Cal, James only has 2 free throw attempts in the last 3 games. Is he settling for too many jump shots?
He settles and he avoids contact. And that's what we're trying to get him to understand, you know. You got to go in there to create a foul. It's good for us. It gets us to the line, it stops the game, and it gets their guy out of the game. So if a team's not deep and you're driving it and getting them in foul trouble, which we are a great team, there's only one game that a jump shooting team took more free throws than us. The rest of the time, that's what we do. We create fouls and we get to the line because of how we play. Now, there's all kind of ways of doing this. You can decide to shoot jumpers and threes. It means you're not going to get to the line as much as the other team. That's just a fact, except that one game.
A guy like Jordan Mickey, long rangey type guy, does he present some problems?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he and Johnny are both, you know, you're talking about 2 of the better big guys in our league. And Johnny, what Johnny is doing for Johnny is he's giving him space to play different ways. He's putting them in short corners and squaring up, shooting jumpers. He's putting them in the high post. And then Mickey's he's, you know, kind of roaming around down there. And every time they need a basket, it's like a shot goes up and he's tipping it in or doing something good.
Willie compared those guys to Tennessee's front court, sort of bullies.
But bigger. They're taller.
But in that vein, he struggled against that. He
Yeah, these guys shoot a little bit better. I mean, and I know Stokes popped out and shot one, but these guys, you know, but they're bigger and longer. The advantage we had was we were long. The advantage they had was a strength. These guys are strong and they're big. They're not 6'7", 6'8". They're big.
When Willie says, you know, I say, how do you counter that to him? A guy that's struggled against some size. He says pride. I mean, do you see that coming out of him?
Just got to play lower. You got to play with your hips lower than the other guy's hips. And my thing is you just prepare and practice to play great and then go play. You know, and that's what he did the last couple days, and the team knows it. I mean, it's great to see they're all for each other. I mean, they're so happy that Alex is playing the way he is. They're happy for what, Willie has done. They're happy for Dakari. I mean, they're happy for each other. We got great kids and all. It's just that I wish we were farther along. It took time to get them in shape, to get them to understand how to play hard, which they're still learning, to play with great energy. It took us time to get them to think different, think totally different than you've ever thought about this game. And then it's taken time to get to define how they should play. You got to kind of define it. And, we were all discombobulated for first month trying to figure that out. Now it comes down to, okay, we got to be a better team now. We got to have better ball movement, which they've started to do. We got to have energy off the ball. And then the biggest thing, we're on the road, mental discipline. We went to Arkansas and we made 7 critical errors of just, why did you do that? I don't know. Did you not know this is how we play this? Yeah. So why did you do that? I don't know. That's all mental discipline. And so we have to have that both on offense and defense because you're on the road now. You're not getting calls. You don't have the fans behind you. You can't make 7 critical breakdowns and they're just mental. Like, why did you do that? And that's what young kids do. So we're zoning in on that a little bit. It may take us time. The good news for these 2 games coming up, we'll know where we are.
You sound like a guy, though, that is watching his team figure it out.
Yeah, I am, and I'm having fun with it. Trying to, we're playing Julius different than we played him at the beginning of the year because we're just figuring him out. I mean, it takes time. We got the youngest team in the country, and there's all kind of things that we do that other teams don't have to do. They got established teams. They got established teams. They're just hoping they don't get injured. They know who they are. They know how they play. That's not us.
As a coach, how can you help a young team with mental discipline? Is that drills? Is that just talking to them, showing them video? What types of things?
I talked to them about it, and then I said, what should I do? What would you do if you were the coach? I asked him that because it's the next step and the next level of our team.
What did they say?
And I said, well, part of it is just take you off the floor and you're going to run. You keep breaking down, you run. I'm not running the whole team. You're breaking down. Get on the side and run. The other part in the game, I'm taking you out. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm just saying you broke down again mentally. You're out. And we'll go with who has the mental toughness to sustain. And it's just we got to force it on them because they've never had to have mental discipline. They never have. They've always been the best player. I shoot all the balls. And when I can't shoot it, I try one more time to shoot it before I pass it. Man, I couldn't get it off. Here, by your ankles, too bad. Or when I throw it to you, I stop. Well, you're in my driving lane. We'll drive another way. I mean, all that off-the-ball defense. It's not my man that scored. It was your man because you were supposed to help. That's all the stuff we're going through, and they're getting better and better and better right before our eyes. The last one is, can you sustain mental discipline for 40 minutes? Can we have a team that does that? It would be scary to see what that would look like. You have teams I mentioned today, and again, I've only watched them for about 5-8 minutes, but Florida plays extremely hard, and they sustain that. It's not a spurt. That's how they play. But they got 4 senior starters. So that's what they know. Well, we're trying to get our guys to say, this is who we want to be. Here's the mental picture. Let's go for this. And they're trying. I mean, like I said, yesterday we walked off and said, man, day after a game and that kind of practice tells me a lot about where they are mentally.
Does it take more mental discipline when playing on the road?
Yeah, you have to, because you don't have anything behind you. You're not going to get a break. There's nothing that's going to go your way. So you can't have the 7 errors that we had at Arkansas. You can't, and win. Well, went to overtime. Yeah, and we lost because of those 7 breakdowns. And they were mental break. You just stop. Why did you do that? I don't know. And so those are what we're trying to eliminate. Playing more people means guys aren't playing as tired. That helps you a little bit. I'm happy with everybody, giving what they can. So it's all good. All right, thanks. That wasn't me.
don't see my face.
So we must finally go to the tape.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. How you doing? Good. Good to see you, as always.
Pleasure's all mine.